Hello, in this video, when I was planning it, I was planning on sharing some fall 2025 fashion trends that can make some of us look a little bit frumpy, and me being in that category. But as I was planning this video, things took a dark turn, and I saw some very cute ladies on the interwebs, on the Instagrams, if you will, with some really cute trendy outfits, and I thought, she looks beautiful, love that photo, but if we, meaning me, try that in real life, it's gonna make me look like I got dressed in the dark, like I look frumpy. I don't think it's gonna translate. And so just so you know, not everything on the internet is real, and I'm gonna prove it because I retried some of these outfits, recreated some. I'll share those with you, I guess, last. But to start off with, I want to share some fall fashion trends that they have the potential to make us look a little bit frumpy, and just some common items we have in our closets that we could avoid wearing if we don't want to look frumpy, or if we're trying to look a little bit more pulled together that day. Let's get started. If somebody put a knife up to my head, or I don't know why they would do that, but if they threatened me and said, you must tell me the one item that is probably in everyone's closet that almost always can make them look very frumpy, why would anyone do that? I don't know. What I would say, and you're probably already thinking it, it's the cardigan. The cardigan in general can just make your outfit look really soft and kind of like loungy and whatnot, which is fine if that's what you're going for. But it's definitely not going to elevate your outfit. And where it gets, I think, where it starts to get really frumpy too, are these cardigans that are really cheaply made with really inexpensive knits. And so they get stretched out really easily. You wash it like one time and it's already kind of stretched out. The waterfall cardigans, which are really dated now, those can just start making everything look a little bit frumpy. So I think cardigans are good for dark movie theaters, for your office when it's cold and you just need to wear something. But as like a look, you're like, I want to look my best today, and I'm just trying to look, you know, polished and professional and like, you know, all the things. I would probably just not wear the cardigan. I'd wear a blazer or a leather jacket or a maxi coat or a trench coat. Basically anything else will be a little bit better than that cardigan. Also, I did want to say though too, if you are wearing a cardigan, this is more of a springtime look, I guess, but a way to wear that without it looking very frumpy is to have something more fitted, basically like something like this underneath. And then you have the cardigan, and then maybe it's like a scoop neck or something like that. That's gonna make it look a lot less frumpy than wearing it over a dress or over a very relaxed outfit, something like that. This next one is not a trend yet, but I'll bet you it'll be coming soon, because what is on trend with the younger crowd that were like babies in like the 2008, 2010 or whatever, are the bags with lots of pockets and embellishments and chains and all the things going on. And I think that eventually what will kind of be on trend are those bags with all the outside pockets. And that bag, I don't think a bag can necessarily fully make or break your outfit, but it's not gonna help it. If you're trying to avoid looking frumpy, I would not wear that bag. I mean, it's probably really functional, but perhaps find a bag that has the pockets on the inside, or just doesn't have so much going on. Whenever you have so much going on everywhere, it can just start to look really cluttered. And it just is a bag that it's not gonna make you look not frumpy, but it can make you possibly look frumpy. Now, I never think you should sacrifice comfort whenever you are getting dressed. And one area where I will settle for nothing less than absolutely amazing is my socks. I've been wearing Bombas socks for years now, and I do run an occasional 5K, and the only socks that I will wear are Bombas because I don't want blisters. I don't want my feet to hurt. Bombas also has merino wool and cashmere blend socks, which are like basically putting sweaters on your feet, and they don't have the annoying toe seam, so nothing is getting stuck in between your toes. Now, not only are these the best socks out there, but Bombas as a company learned that the #1 most requested item in homeless shelters were socks. So for every pair of socks, t-shirt, underwear purchased at Bombas, they donate an item to the homeless shelter. Now, if you go and buy Bombas socks and you decide, you know what, I like having blisters, I like for my feet to not be that comfortable, you can always return them. They have a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and you can return them for any reason. And since we are like 6 weeks away from Christmas, I know that's crazy, but this is the best gift to give to anybody. Now, right now, new customers can get 20% off their first purchase using my discount code, and make sure you check them out, and let's continue. I think I may have mentioned this on one of my fall trends that I'm avoiding videos, but the fall florals are a big trend for fall. And I did see them a lot like in New York, and And I think there's a really great way to wear these and a really not great way to wear these with these fall florals. I think they look beautiful in like these evening cocktail dresses or a beautiful maxi dress or these like off-shoulder tops or something a little bit sexier, date night, something like that. But those exact same florals, when you put it into like an oversized V-neck blouse or like a work blouse or something like that, I just kind of think it doesn't have the same effect. And I do think it has the potential to look a little bit dated and frumpy. Like even though it's a current print, I think when you put it in a style that's just like, doesn't really do anything for you, it doesn't do the thing you want it to do. I think with large florals in general, you kind of have to be careful, but to not look frumpy in these same kinds of blouses, I think like a beautiful color would look a lot better. Like these beautiful reds and burgundies in these kinds of blouses would look a lot better than these fall florals. Another item that is not only dated, but it just can add to the frump are the matching sets, jewelry sets of those colorful, chunky jewelry. And I think, chunky jewelry is back. It's definitely coming back. It's more of a trend, you know, things like that. Long necklaces are coming back, all these things that went out of style for a while. But to be somebody in their 40s and 50s and 60s and you're wearing the matching like big red beads with big red bracelet and earrings all matching, I don't think it looks like a fun, unique, trendy look. It just kind of looks a little bit dated and it can look a little bit frumpy. I feel like all the comments I'm making right now are gonna get some major comments. No, it doesn't, I love my, it's fine. I mean, listen, wear whatever you want, but you have to think about things like if you've had something that was a trend 20 years ago and it was a trend, a lot of times it comes back in a different way. And a lot of times it just doesn't hit the same in our 40s and 50s as it did when we were 15 and 25. Ponchos are a big trend for fall 2025. This is a big new fun trend that's coming back and I'll show you some pictures. These women look gorgeous and beautiful. And with ponchos, I do think you have to be careful because they can definitely make you look frumpy. It can just be this oversized piece of fabric that just makes you look bigger than you are. It just adds like bulk and you know, it can not do what you want it to do. And oftentimes if you find yourself trying to hide under these things, it kind of does the opposite. It just makes you look bigger than you are. And with ponchos, I think we have to pay attention to the fabric. If it's a fabric that drapes really nicely, then I think that can look beautiful. And if it you know, lays really well, but if it's in a thick, cheaper, doesn't lay very well fabric, then it can start to look kind of frumpy. So the town and country vibe look is very in for fall 2025 and it's beautiful. And I know you guys all agree because I mentioned it in some other video and you guys were like, oh, I love this look. And it's so beautiful. I personally can't wear a lot of plaids. I don't like the way they look on me up near my face. They just, I don't know, too busy or something. I have a hard time finding them. But I will say this is such a fun trend that's happening. I have seen some plaids that I thought, oh, these are really beautiful. I think that actually might work. But here's where we get into the dark side of this video. I decided to try the mixed prints on myself because mixed prints are coming back, like plaids with florals or a plaid with a stripe. It's kind of like the town and country vibe, and then it went a couple steps over here. So you are gonna start seeing some mixed prints come around, I think more in 2026. I don't know where all this will go. And I've seen it on online, on like Instagrammers and that kind of thing. So I thought I would try it out. So I have these girls over here. They have like plaid skirts and then some, you know, mixed print going on. I took this one. She looks super cute. The plaid skirt with a striped top. And then she of course has the charms on her hobo bag. She looks adorable. Let's try this on moi. So I do have one plaid skirt and I can't wait to tell you how I found this skirt. It'll be in a later video. But anyway, I have one plaid skirt and then I was trying to at least match some of the colors because I don't really have a lot of striped tops, but I do have a striped top from Mango, which I love, which I kind of felt like it worked. As you can see, look, I tried. I feel like I look very messy. There's nowhere for the eye to go to. I love this plaid skirt, but I just feel like it gets lost in stuff going on here. Okay, so this is way more my style. I think I like boots better with this skirt, just a solid brown. And I like a cropped sweater. So even though this isn't exactly what this girl has, for me personally, I think this is a really hard one to pull off. If you're really good at mixing prints, you can probably do this really well. But if it's something that you're not used to, and it just, you know, some things are just great on other people and we can admire from afar. Lots of layers can be beautiful on so many people, and there's a great way to do this. And I love the look of like a collared shirt with a sweater on top and then a blazer, stuff like that. Looks beautiful. And there's lots of layering going on right now. That's a big trend, it kind of always is in going on. And I think it does look really cute on some of these girls that I'm showing you, but I think too many layers can start to look kind of messy. So I did find this one photo and I immediately thought this looks cute on her, but on me, I know it's gonna look frumpy. And so she has the, you know, kind of oversized pants, a big jacket, and this polka dot top left out with a big bow in the top, in the center. And I honestly think that is what I think threw me into, I think this would really just start to look kind of messy if I were to put all this together. I don't have a top like that, but I did try it with some wide leg jeans, a relaxed fit button down, and then an oversized blazer. And I'll be honest, I don't hate it. I don't hate this outfit. I do kind of feel like it looks like I put on my husband's clothes, but I don't hate this. Of all the outfits I tried on and tried to recreate, this is the one that I hate the least. I still don't know if it's really my style or if I would necessarily wear it, but I was kind of surprised that I put this on and thought, well, this isn't horrible. So. Now we all know that sneakers with everything is a very big trend for this whole decade. And it's still a very big trend. It's just sneakers with whatever you want to put it with. And I love the looks online of a lot of these women. And I think I've seen a lot of women in real life out and about that just look beautiful with sneakers with a midi skirt, sneakers with a dress, with, you know, sneakers with everything. And so this is definitely one that a lot of people can pull off. However, I found a woman online who has a midi skirt with socks, with chunky sneakers, with a sweater, with a layered pearl necklace, and then a bag. And it just, to me, she looks cute, and I love the photo of her, and this is probably like totally her vibe and her everything. But if I were to wear that in real life in my town, I don't live in New York City or Miami or anything, I think I would look like a big old mess. So I did try this out. I don't have a midi skirt like she has, but what I did was I hiked up my silk maxi skirt, put on some socks, put on my sneakers, and then I added a gray boxy sweater and a bag. I have one long pearl necklace that I added, and it feels like a lot. I think I look very disheveled. Like this, I'm not into this at all. However, I did want to play around with this and see if I could make it work for me. So I set my maxi skirt back to where it should hang, just like normally. I didn't, unrolled it up. I put on some slimmer sneakers, and then I added this green sweater that's like kind of giving that monochrome look. And I actually do like this. This is an outfit I had not put together before, but just experimenting around with clothes. And as I've said many times on my channel, one of the best things you can do for your whole style, if you're trying to figure out your personal style or figure out new outfits and whatever, is just go play dress up in your clothes. You will be shocked at what ends up happening. It's life-changing, let me tell you. Anyway, so that's what I was doing here, and I actually like this outfit. I was like, okay, well, this is actually kind of cute. I don't know why I never put these two together or with these sneakers. So for me, less is more. Less busy is definitely where I'm gonna go with this. I just think the other way, it just feels kind of frumpy. Now, before I started trying on outfits that I saw online, I was also just trying to put together clothes that are in my closet, pieces that I love, but put together could look kind of frumpy. So I have these trouser pants from Halara. I finally tried out that brand, you guys, and I love their pants. They're such perfect like travel pants. But anyway, so I have these green ones from Halara, love these. And then I have this, I wanna say this cashmere or something, long sleeve top, high neck top from J. Crew. Love it, but I don't like them paired together. I feel like paired together, it just starts to kind of look kind of frumpy. So I took the pants and I paired it with a more cropped sweater, and then I have a little bit of exposed neck, and I like this so much better. Still very easy, casual, but I just feel like it looks a lot less frumpy. And then with this top, I like it paired with a little bit more of a slim jean or a slim pants. You don't see your waist with this top. It's meant to be left out, which I love, but I do want my bottom half to be more of a slim, sleek lined pair of jeans. So I have on these mother denim jeans, which I love. I love these jeans. They go with my boots. And I love this. I think this looks beautiful. I would definitely wear this, but the two together, you know, I just think the kind of relaxed loose with the relaxed loose, sometimes it doesn't work out. Now, these are just my opinions, and of course these outfits are just on me. They're not on anyone else. You might look amazing in them, but I didn't like the way that I personally looked. And then some of these other trends and things, there's always a way that you can wear these to look beautiful and amazing, but I do think we have to be careful with some of them, and some of them that worked amazingly well 20 years ago, they just don't hit the same now. There's nothing wrong with wanting to change your style or your look. We are constantly evolving. So anyway, I hope you like this video. Make sure to check out Bumba's in the description box if you need some nice quality socks, you need some Christmas presents. This is like the best gift because everybody can always use a good pair of socks. And YouTube is gonna suggest another video that you might enjoy right up here, and I will see you next time.